Hope you're all still awake. A late night Mega here. And our Mr. Mime is evolving into Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, okay. Well, that's one way to start off an episode. Yeah, I was leveling up with some of the candies, so it could get up to par a little bit. Now, as far as Mr. Mime and Mr. Rhyme, I like that they're now ice psychic types, but I'm not sure how I feel about Mr. Rhyme being a new evolution. It loses some speed. I think it does. It lose some special attack as well. I don't know. I think it loses a couple other things. Anyways, we're back now on Route 10 to fight this guy. Why would that be? I have not heard that part of the legend. Cabby Jeffrey. He probably means his sky taxi business would be ruined without Corviknight. Well, duh. Because Corviknight is the one that does the whole flying taxi thing. But beyond that, this guy is not going to explain any further what that means. I don't think he does. And it's nothing connected to the main plot, which is kind of unfortunate. It's like, why bring this up if it's not relevant to anything? Swagger? Oh, we don't like that swagger. So we'll Pyro Ball. We'll get rid of this Corviknight here. Yeah, you're not surviving that. I don't care if you are a Corviknight. Yep, hail damage. Yeah, of course. Flygon! Gyarados. Or Mr. Rhyme. Either one will work. Yeah, Gyarados has Ice Fang. I like that we're seeing fully evolved Pokemon like this. Like, this makes this feel like a Victory Road. Because we don't actually have a Victory Road. We just have a Route 10. Flygon, a ground dragon type. I've never been a big fan of Flygon. It has 100 base speed and physical attack, and then the rest of its stats are base 80. It's not quite there, in my opinion. And even without Garchomp in the game, at least not yet, I still don't see myself using Flygon. It's like there's just so many other Pokemon I would use before using a Flygon. But I mean, Flygon has a lot of good things going for it. I just wish its base stats were a little bit better. That's all, just a little bit better. It's got Ground Dragon, amazing typing. That makes it immune to Electric. It makes it so its only weaknesses are Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. Before the introduction of Fairy, Ground Dragon was only weak to Ice and Dragon. And Flygon also has the Levitate ability, so it's immune to Ground as well as Electric, so it can switch in on a lot of stuff. Makes it actually pretty good partners with Gyarados, Gyarados being quadruply weak to Electric, so it can switch in on Electric attacks. Yeah, I'm glad we got the defense drop on that Pelipper. I wasn't expecting that Pelipper to take that as well as it did. Yeah, level up for Sunfisk. That's cool. Noctowl. What do we want to do about that? Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, why not? We should be showing him off. Well, I think Noctowl is somewhat specially defensive, from what I remember. It doesn't have great stats at all. Yeah, it's a pretty generic, normal flying type. The thing about it is it gets hypnosis. It really doesn't do much else. Alright, the Mr. Mime's there just dancing all weird. Just standing there dancing back and forth. I mean, that's one thing you can do in your free time. There's a wild bear tick just kind of chilling there. The secret to a stellar dish of curry is I don't care. Gigantomix. I actually have some of that now. Pick some up in, like, max raid battles. But the reason I talked to him is I believe that's how you activate the campsites, which will let us... We can fly to the campsites. So we can fly to the middle of routes where there's campsites, which is awesome. It's very useful. Because there isn't... We can't, like, go back to the train station and get healed because there's no healing spot there. So we can fly back to a Poke Center and then fly back over to here. And we have a Gigalith, evolved form of Boldor, who now apparently gets the Sandstream ability. He gets Stealth Rocks. I actually used a Gigalith in my Pokemon Black Nuzlocke. And I liked the thing. It ended up being a modest nature, which wasn't too great, but it was still dishing out physical damage pretty well. I did allow myself to trade it with my Black 2 version and then trade back. So it was still the same Pokemon, just it evolved, so I did get the Gigalith. The thing lasted for quite a while. It was pretty tanky. But because it was modest, I also ended up giving it the TM for Flash Cannon. And that let it hit a couple things super effectively that it otherwise normally couldn't. And Flash Cannon was usually a 2-hit kill on the stuff that I was using it on. It's kind of nice. Rhydon, poor Rhydon. The way you carry yourself, you are something. Sure, Gentleman Glenn. Oh, there's Darmanitan. That's a scary Pokemon to see. Because that has the ability Guerrilla Tactics, which is basically like giving it a choice band. And if this was competitive, he could be holding a choice band on top of that. And just deal silly amounts of taunt. Well, we were already going to attack you anyways. Would not have expected a Darmanitan to use taunt on me, but to each their own. That doesn't work twice in a row. This is not how you use Darmanitan. Alternatively, you can give it a Choice Scarf, and then it essentially, with the Guerrilla Tactics, essentially has a Choice Scarf and Choice Band at the same time. Which also does still silly amounts of damage. Phalanx. Here's a Pokemon I'd like to use. It's a pure fighting type, which is not what I expected looking at the thing. I thought it would be a bug mixed with something. But no, it's not. It's a pure fighting type. I'm still, like, trying to get used to that. Doesn't that look like a bug? That looks like a bug to me. Oh, but anyway, I don't kill my Mr. Rhyme. Anyways, Phalanx has a move called No Retreat. So what it does is it gives you a one-stage boost to every single one of your stats. Well, not HP, because you can't really boost that, but everything besides HP. But it makes it so that you can't, well, you can't retreat. You can't switch out after using that move. So the idea is using that, and then you set up, you're ready to sweep your opponent and just kill everything with Phalanx. There's Grapple-Lot, which I now know is just a pure fighting type and not a water fighting type. I don't think there's anything too special about that Grapple-Lot. Its stats aren't that impressive. It does get a signature move, but I think it just makes it so... I don't remember what it does. It's some sort of grapple thing. We're going to go back and heal up because my Mr. Rhyme is kind of hurt. We'll go back to the castle city. So yeah, I think it makes it so your opponent can't retreat. It's a binding type move, but I don't think it does damage. I think it just makes it so your opponent can't retreat or switch out, and they lose like defense and special defense every turn. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I'd be more intrigued by Grapple-Lot if it was a water fighting type with a bit better stats and a bit more diverse move pool. That's what we really need. We need like a good water fighting type. No, not Keldeo. Now Keldeo's coming, isn't he? I say a good water fighting type, but I don't like Keldeo. Keldeo back in Gen 5 just kind of warped the metagame around it and pushed a lot of things downward. So we have a double battle here. And yeah, I lead off with the Gyarados because that's a pretty good lead in double battle. Intimidate works on both opponents. And he's got a Heliolisk, so we're going to switch this Gyarados out of here because I don't want to lose it. And then we'll Pyro Ball the Kling Clang. That should be a pretty good turn. Silver Snake. We still have the Silver Snakes. We don't have the Blue Barraskewda. He did not make it to the temple. Ha! Thunder. Look at that. This is why ground types pair well with Gyarados. Togamaru. Oh man, I want to use Bulldoze. But that's going to hurt. Well, that's going to hurt my... That's going to hurt my own... I don't want to hurt my own Cinderace. That's fine. We'll just nuke the Togamaru. Yeah. And now we've turned this into a 2-on-1 fight, even though the other trainer still has another Pokemon in the back. She can't bring it out because it's a partner battle thingy. I'm glad I did not switch back into Gyarados, because you're aiming that thunder at me. That would have been not good. And we missed our Rock Slide. I didn't say you could miss Rock Slide. We'll low sweep this thing because it is a normal electric type. It also seems like they're starting to combine the normal type with nearly everything. Rock Slide on nothing. The guy with the camera, he's just sitting there filming this battle now. Not a Noivern. Interesting. That is a dragon flying type. It is pretty dang fast. We're just going to U-turn our way out of here. It's more known for being a special attacker. Regardless, I think we bring... We'll bring Gyarados or Mr. Rhyme. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to pick one over the other here. Tailwind. I don't think he needed that speed. Ah, that was enough damage. Good. Wasn't sure if we were going to get the kill on that. So it has pretty high speed, usable special attack, and it's got okay other stats. Usually good enough to take a hit or two. I've never actually used a Noivern before. It was introduced in Gen 6. I was looked at the thing and I'm like, why would I use this over like all the other dragons? Because they've made so many dragons. Hey! The snow's gone. That's awesome. And we're at Windia. That's what I'm calling it. And this is actually going to be the biggest city in the game. I'm not the biggest fan of this music. It kind of just gets tiring after a while. And we're going to be here for a while. They have Pokemon phone booths. Young kids are going to see that and be like, what is that thing? There's a phone booth in the middle of a street. What is a phone booth? Granted, I haven't seen any... I don't think I've ever seen any phone booths like that type of style, but I have seen payphones. Like alongside, like convenience stores and such. I need to stop dating myself. And we have just tons of people. I can't wait to find people that give me items. Give me items. And apparently Corviknight is well respected in this town, probably due to, you know, the legend thingy or whatever. You can tell Leon loves to battle. Are you sure? Maybe he just gets lost when he's battling. Because that joke hasn't been used enough. There's a Pokemon Center. Why not? Let's see what's here. Yeah, I don't want to go to your region. Came all the way from Unova. Yeah, luxury balls. Oh, quick balls. I will buy a bunch of these. They're really useful for catching stuff. Actually, repeat balls are pretty decent as well. And then this is also the shop where we can buy the vitamins, which now instead of being 9,800, they're now just an even 10,000 Poké Dollars. Alright, I guess we'll just start exploring this town. Can't keep your siblings under control, and you can't give me items. Oh, hey, here's something. Max Revive. That item does not exist in the context of this Nuzlocke. You should not be able to hear the person through the phone booth when the doors are all shut like that. That's not... that defeats the purpose. It is to have a private phone conversation. God, no, we're not doing that. No battle bakery for us. I still remember what happened last time we did that. And people clothing shopping, talking about clothing shopping. Alright, what do we got? We have tracksuit jackets for each different type. Ooh, dragon type. I kind of like that, that darker blue that's on there. I might get that. Yeah, we're gonna get that. We're gonna wear that. Motorcycle jackets. I'm not a motorcycle jacket type person. Oh, and we get the tracksuit bottoms. Yeah, we gotta have the matching bottoms. What else do we have here? Leather trousers. Yeah, where's Dragon? There it is. Yeah, we'll go with that. And for those of you who've been watching my competitive battles, you can tell that the way our trainer looks and dresses there is starting to come together here. Kind of like, I can't even see. Oh, these are sock things. I don't need that. I want to find some decent shoes, not creepers. We're not creepy. Well, maybe you guys think we're creepy. I don't know. But I'd like to think that I'm not creepy. Sport travel bag, I don't really... Yeah, I mean, that's a nice solid color. Oh, we'll get that. It's slightly smaller of a backpack than the ridiculously huge thing we have. Hats, sport hats, with each different type logo on it. Again, I'm really not a hat person. I'm definitely not this type of hat person. Maybe I should get glasses for my character. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of glasses, although I do have to wear glasses myself to see. I don't do contacts well either. Just the whole, you know, poking stuff into my eye. I can't. I'm too flinchy for that. I mean, I'm sure if I practiced with it enough and worked with it enough, I could become a contact person, but no. I mean, it's just too much hassle. And here's our flying taxis. Oh, we can take it to places. No thanks, we're just going to explore this town on foot. Big Nugget. Although I think there were some shoes back in Sir Chester that I kind of liked. Some shoes that more fit the tracksuit look I got going on here. And here's a hotel. Yeah, great. This place is going to be huge to explore. Alright, does anybody in here give me any that people have not been giving me items yet in this city? Macrocosmos? What, are we just gonna banish everything now? It's a continuous trap card. For those of you wondering, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference. I just kind of got a little bit surprised that, you know, we have something called Macrocosmos in here. And we can't go up the elevators. That's awesome. That means this hotel is not as big as I thought it was. I appreciate that because we still have a lot of city to explore. So much so that... Yeah, actually, we didn't talk to this guy. Let's go over here. Give me something! Yeah, your favorite challenger is that late-night mega guy. Hey, here's something. Air balloon! Yay, balloon. That's a happy way to end the video. I'm not going to take this. So I'll see you guys next time.